Tons of stuff dropping about 11.2, but I just want to focus on raid right now. What the raid is going to be, what the loot is going to be, what the bosses are going to be, what the theming is going to be. Let's just jump straight into it. There's some interesting stuff going on with this raid that hasn't happened in quite a while, so let's jump straight into this. Manaforged Omega Raid. That's right, the Omega Chad Raid. That's what we're going to get. A raid based on ethereals and, Demansius and everything. The way they're describing it is this is a massive facility built upon the planet to harvest cosmic energy. Players will fight their way through this raid dungeon to take on the Shadow Guard Ethereals, who have set their efforts towards reviving Demansius. You'll join with your allies to ultimately fight Demansius in a cosmic battle of truly epic proportions to stave off what could be the end of Azeroth as we know it. So this is an 8-boss raid with an optional boss, interestingly enough. So we haven't seen an optional boss since Warlords of Draenor, I believe. Where the Butcher, if you guys remember the Butcher, he was a very difficult boss to do, but you can essentially skip him and still complete the raid. This is going to give you an optional boss here. So let's see there. We got Plexus Sentinel, Lumathar, Soulbringer, Nazara here, Forge Weaver, Eraz, the Soul Huntress. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about these guys. The optional encounter, Blizzard put in parentheses there. Then we got Fractalus, Nexus King, and Demansius, the All Devourer. That's right. So with these, with this optional boss here, as they are known, the Soul Huntress. What's really interesting about these guys is the main guy here. We see him. These are Void Hunters or Void-themed Demon Hunters. Now, this has been something that has been talked about for quite a while when it comes to Demon Hunters, that they could be getting a third spec, right? We could see Void-themed Demon Hunters. And what that would mean for Demon Hunters, what that third spec would be, probably be another DPS spec, I'd have to guess right now. But yes, these are Void-themed Demon Hunters doing Void spells. Okay, so they hold their Warglaives just like any other Demon Hunter, but they're all their spells and abilities are very much Void-themed rather than Fel-themed. Void Healers? Maybe, but if I'm going to look at some of these abilities right now, hurls orbs, inflicting void damage, consume, drains the essence of any player currently bearing this thing, void step, tear a path through the void that teleports you to a new location. These are the abilities that this boss is going to be doing. Hunger slash, images of Eridos slices through fabrics of void around them, inflicting damage, and then encroaching oblivion. A growing expanse of void opens up, inflicting a bunch of damage. So these are all like DPS abilities. I don't see any. Maybe one of these two will do healing stuff. But right now, it seems like a DPS themed spec, if I had to guess. Now, it's going to give Void Hunters a new spec, or Demon Hunters a new spec. We'll see. A Void Hunter spec, I think, would be a fan favorite for sure. Be something Blizzard could tie into the raid and everything else. But right now, overall, raid looks very, very cool. 8 bosses, with one of them being optional. Not sure if you're going to need to kill this one to get AOTC. We'll have to wait and see how all that plays out. But the new Manaforge Omega raid contains WoW's biggest boss ever. That's right. So Demansius, the All-Devouring, is freaking huge. He is a devourer of worlds for sure. He is on the size of a devourer of worlds. He's what you expect something that could devour a world to be the size of. Now, actually, I probably would have expected him to be bigger. Maybe like the size of Sargeras, if you remember when he planted his sword in the planet. I kind of expect a Void Lord to be on that size, but maybe he's shrinking himself a bit. Maybe he's got some shrinkage here to fight us. So overall, they were doing size comparisons to what he looked like. Let me see if I can find the image here. We'll look at these images of the raid, first of all. So cool. Nice theming. I don't know if we'll get sick of the dark purple-esque theming after a while being in this raid, because it looks like that's a lot of what's going on here. We don't have a lot of images of the raid so far, but the ones we have are cool. Right, it's what you would expect on a void, ethereal-looking themed raid. Okay, nothing too surprising there. More Demansius size comparisons. I think I got some more images here. Yeah, here it is. So, Demansius, his model, first of all, freaking badass. Okay, he freaking looks amazing. Compared to what he used to look like, this is one of the best glow-ups we've seen. I mean, what was his original look? I got it right here. Yeah, this is what we call a glow-up, boys. I mean, this is what Demansius once looked like, or a shadow of Demansius, and then this is his new look. Yeah, he's gone to the gym. He's buffed up a bit. Deathwing 2.0. See, that's what I'm afraid of, Clarmidia. That's what I'm afraid of, because we had a big boss before. His name was Deathwing, and basically what that fight became was an hentai tentacle fight. And I don't want to see that with Demansius. I hope that in some way we fight him. I don't know how we're going to fight him. So, like, more scale here. Let's see some more scale size renderings here. Look at this. Okay, this is Stormwind beneath him. All right, look at how freaking massive he is compared to Storm. He essentially encompasses the entire trade district, with just his like cloudy cock laying down here. I mean, he's covering up the entirety of the trade disc. But another thing here, if you look really closely, that's N'Zoth. Okay? That's N'Zoth, guys. That's a freaking another boss that we fought against. N'Zoth was pretty big. This is a size comparison of Demansius to N'Zoth. I mean, what the hell? N'Zoth is the size of his finger? Maybe? His thumb is bigger than N'Zoth. That's freaking huge. I mean, when Blizzard said this is their biggest boss ever, they're not joking. Here he is compared to Dalaran. He essentially covers entirety of Dalaran. Yeah, he's huge. He would fit on top of the island that is the entire city of Dalaran. And then there you go, N'Zoth again for size comparison. Not even probably the size of Demansius' left nut. So, yeah, he's huge. He's big. How this fight's going to work, we have no idea yet. I don't know if we're going to be flying around him. I don't know if we're going to grow in size to take him on. Some really cool abilities, it looks like here. He's casting something. This is a really, really cool animation. Yeah, he's a big boy. He's a big boy for sure. And this is going to be a big fight. A fight that I personally think we're going to lose. Guys, we're losing. We're going to get our cheeks clapped by Demansius, and that's going to lead into the Midnight expansion. I guarantee it. There's no way we defeat him. He's Galactus big. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Xal'atath is basically the Silver Surfer. I've said that many times. 100%. Xal'atath is the Silver Surfer to Demansius. No doubt in my mind that is true. Overall, though, I think we're going to lose to him. We're going to take an L, and it's going to lead us into like recovery mode of how do we recover from Demansius, because basically the way the theme of this patch goes is if we lose to Demansius, he essentially will finish off the ethereal homeland, right? He came back to kind of finish it off, to double tap that shit, and afterwards he's coming to Azeroth. So we're going to lose, and then he's going to set his sights on Azeroth. That's what's going to happen, and we're going to spend midnight trying to figure out how we're going to deal with that. Overall, the first mount we're looking at here is the Mythic Demansius Manaforge raid mount. So here we go. We're getting a first look at the Unbound Star Eater Cosmic Dragon award mount, awarded for defeating Mythic Demansius in the Manaforge raid on 11.2 Ghosts of Koresh. A freaking badass mount. Okay, this is a really freaking cool mount. Let me see if I can get a bigger image of this. Here it is. Oh, yeah. See, once you see it in animated form, it's a whole nother game. It's a whole nother ball game. This is a really cool looking freaking mount. It has like no skin. The entirety of its skin is this starry looking shit. It's all being sucked into this black hole in his chest. A really cool theme mount. Yeah, that's a cool looking mount. It is. It's the Mythic mount. Now, previously what Blizzard did was they made the Mythic mount available to also drop it at a much lower rate in other versions of the dungeon. I don't know if that's going to happen here. This might just be the mount that's awarded for killing him on Mythic. And actually, I think that's what this is. So this is different. So we won't be able to get this. But going back later maybe and killing him, we'll give you the mount. So yeah, that's the raid mount. A very cool looking mount, awarded for defeating Mythic Demansius. So this is the mount that's awarded for killing him. This is not a drop raid mount. This is the Mythic mount, that's right, because this is the final raid of this expansion. There's always a mount awarded for the final raid. So there you go. Killing him on Mythic will give you this badass freaking mount. Definitely a mount worthy of the chase, for sure. And then finally here, last thing about this, Season 3 testing schedule. So testing will begin on this raid on June 26th. It's an important day. Mark it on your calendars. Not because testing, it's my birthday. And that's why Blizzard's doing this, of course. So, heroic version of this raid will start testing on June 26th, June 27th. It'll continue through July 10th and 11th. And you can go to the PTR, test these raid bosses out. The one thing that I will say, based on these dates, based on raid testing beginning late June and through July, guys, I think we're getting this patch in August. There is no release date for this yet, but if I had to guess, based on patch testing and everything else, this is going to be an August release, 11.2. Really excited. Obviously, the new raid, Manaforge Omega raid, we're going to be doing it on stream. We're going to get AOTC on this shit just like we do every season. Very, very excited for it. Overall, cool looking raid and a big boy boss to fight. Demansius, that's right. Very, very cool. That is all in terms of news for this raid.